we're recording. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm having an issue with my camera on my computer, but you don't need to see me. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see the meal plan. Give you a brief overview of it. If this is your first time doing it, it's a little overwhelming, but I promise you, as once you get into it, it becomes like second nature. And you can schedule a time to talk with me or any coach that you're already working with in the group, and we can walk you through it personally. So let me share my screen, and where I'm going to go, of course oh, there it is. And Kim, you can see that, right?
I can.
Okay, good. All right. So on Beachbody On Demand, you are all familiar with Beachbody On Demand. I want to show you where you find your materials, since a number of you have received them when you started, whatever program you started, you probably got the kit and it had the book and everything in it. So I just want to do a quick overview. So you can go into your member library, open up 80-Day Obsession. And, oh, I'm all out of sorts today. I'm not even logged in for some reason. All right, there we go. All right, so workouts. I'm just going in a different way, whatever way you go in. 80-Day Obsession. So all of your workouts are here. And with this one, we have, just like as we're wrapping up, if you've done Lift 4 or Transform 20, there's a weekly obsession, and it's a preview of what to expect. So that is happening every day. You have all your workouts. They go in order. There are 3 phases of the workout, and they're about 30 days each. So something for 80-Day Obsession. It was the first one to be filmed in real time. So you get to kind of interact with, you see Autumn interacting with the cast. It was the first of its kind. Now Lift 4 followed suit and Transform 20 in the live video and filming of this. The cool thing about 80-Day Obsession is, again, all your workouts are different. So, and let me say it like this. So Total Body Core, for example, you will be doing the same exercises over the course of 4 weeks. However, the rep scheme changes. In week 1, it's 2 by 15. So you do 15 reps of the entire sets of workouts, and then you repeat that all over again. Week 2, it's 3 sets of 10. So you'll do all the exercises, 10 reps each, and then you repeat that 3 times. Week 3, it goes 3 by 10 again, but you're doing three exercises in a row. You repeat them, you do 10 reps, you repeat them 3 times, then you move on to the second set of exercises and so on. Then in week 4, we have 2 by 15 again, but it's 3 groups of exercises, do 15 reps, repeat it twice. So your body, once you think you got it, you get sore all over again. So like I said, they're the same moves every week, but it's completely different, and it pushes you harder each time as well, just like we've done in Lift 4 and Transform 20. Remember, just real quick on the workouts, you will need resistance loops. So you can see what those look like in the video. You can order them through your coach. Especially if you would like to get Shakeology or you need some performance line, we have call them a completion package that would give you the sliders, the loops, and Shakeology, and the performance line is significantly discounted. So if you need that and you're thinking like, oh, I need to get some more stuff, but I'll wait, you might just bundle them together and save yourself a ton of money that way. I'm talking like Shakeology is like $60 when you bundle all of that together. And Shakeology and the performance line, just a heads up, are a great asset to have in this program because you will be extremely sore. You will need an extra boost of energy, and Shakeology can be one of your meals, taking that planning and making it even easier for you. But those are all the workouts, and you find all your materials here. So you click Program Materials, And there's a full starter guide here, so you can just get a quick overview of what to expect. From my personal experience, when I did this last year, I did 2 rounds back to back. It was the first program that has ever changed the shape of my legs. It was over 5 or 6 inches lost in my thighs alone. Then my abs and arms followed suit. So it's a great program to build your strength. I know we all love to lift, and to lean out at the same time. So let's go into the nutrition piece of this. So down here, there are different eating plans. And how you figure out your eating plan is in the Getting Started guide. Let me open that up so you can see it. There is a formula. And it is here. And this is the formula that we start with, and it changes by phase. And it changes by phase because we're accounting for weight loss. So we need to adjust that so your food can and your container counts go with it. So phase 1, what you would do is you take your current weight and you times it by 11. And caloric baseline is basically, what do you need to kind of function? Like your metabolic rate, like what do you need to breathe and do all those things? So then we take your baseline and we add 600 calories. And yes, in these workouts, if you push, you can burn up to 600 calories in every workout. You got to work for them, but they're there.
I got more correct.
Oh, good job, buddy. And say you're like, you know what, I don't want to lose any weight. I'm happy with the weight I am. I just want to stay here. This is where you would stop. You do your baseline plus your calorie burn, and that's your maintenance calories. And then, but say you're like, you know what, I want to lose a few pounds, whatever. Then we go down to the C step C. You take that number up top and you take 750 calories out, right? How you lose weight is calories in versus calories out, and you eat at a deficit. So that would be your calorie target. And then you would come down. You don't pay attention to phase 2 and phase 3. Just leave it. Then you come down here in your eating plan. So you take your number up from up here. So let's say it's 1,400. Then you come down here and you are looking to find what range you are in. So 1,400 calories would be a plan A. Then from there, you go back to the nutrition, back into Beachbody On Demand, into the nutrition guide, and you open meal plan A. And I'm just going to do A. That's where I hang out. That's what I'm familiar with. So I will do that one. Actually, I think I was B, then A. It adjusted over time, but I have to redo all my calorie counts and stuff like that. All right, so now you get your specific meal plan. And here's what happens. We use the portion control containers. If you're not familiar with them, you will be immediately. For those of you that are, you're just going to continue to use them, and they're going to come in really big play here. You're really going to be dialed into what you're putting in those containers. And just a heads up, we haven't announced it yet, but we have a brand new nutrition plan coming from Autumn with these containers in March. So starting them now is a really big benefit to you. You're getting used to them, and then we're just going to fine tune it and make it even work harder for you in between there. And we will apply it, for those of you that choose to do it, we will apply it to 80-Day Obsession as we go. So your containers, remember, green is veggies, purple is fruits, red are proteins, yellow are carbs, blue are healthy fats, orange is your seeds and dressings, and then teaspoons are your oils and nut butters. So here's exactly what you get in Plan A. 4 veggie, 2 fruit, 4 protein, 2 carbs, 1 healthy fat, 1 seeds dressing, 3 teaspoons. And if you don't have the containers and you need the, what is that? Oh, the conversion for the cups, let me know. I have a graphic for that. All right, now let's talk timed nutrition. And I remember when we first did this back in January of last year, everybody freaked out and there's like, oh my God, there's no way I can do it. But you make it work, right? If you want something bad enough, you're going to make it work. So here is the Time Nutrition meal plan that was made specifically for 80-Day Obsession. Let me say that. If it stresses you out and freaks you out, just eat your containers as you have them, okay? Don't freak out about it, but try it. Try it for a week. See if you can do it for a week. The only thing we're changing is the timing in which you eat the containers to maximize the calorie burn, to maximize the nutrition uptake, and to maximize your results. That's all it's doing. And if you've always just been eating the same way, right? So say you've been using the containers for 3 months now, and you feel like you're plateauing, switching up to a Time Nutrition plan is going to kind of shock your system, and it's going to say, ooh, what's happening? And you're going to see some more results. That's why you're always, just like we change the way we exercise regularly. So I'm going to walk you through this sample. Then I'm going to tell you what I ate, and I'm going to throw it on Kim, and I'm going to ask her to explain how she ate, if she can remember. All right. So here is a sample. And I know a lot of you are early morning workouters, and you might need to adjust your schedule a little bit to accommodate for food. Now, let me say this. She's saying a pre-workout meal 60 to 90 minutes before your workout. If you know, one, that eating out before or working before, eating before you work out makes you nauseous, don't do it. Second, if you know that you can eat before you work out, but you don't need an hour to digest, you don't need an hour to digest. Okay? You just follow your body. Some people get really nauseous and sick if they eat before working out. I can eat. So my pre-workout meal is a yogurt and overnight oats. I can eat that half an hour before I work out and drink my Energize, and I'm okay. So it's just depending on what your body says to you. So for a pre-workout meal, and look, if you work out at night, we just adjust this. I'm going to show you some options. I know some of you work out at night too. So we're just going to say for this scenario, it's morning. So you wake up, you are going to have, and it tells you exactly what containers to eat with each meal. So that makes it really awesome. A veggie, a protein, a carb, and a teaspoon. I'm just going to be honest with you because I always am. I do not eat that veggie at 5:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I hate vegetables. I will throw up, so I don't eat it. It is what it is. I make it work for me. So then if you are using Energize, and I'm going to tell you I highly recommend getting it and using it for this workout. The workouts are longer. And not only does Energize give you a pick-me-up, it pushes lactic acid off. So have you noticed when you're doing a workout and your muscles start burning and they feel like they're going to cramp up? That's lactic acid building up. And it's just telling your brain like, oh, stop, stop, stop. Your muscles hurt. Energize has been tested, and it's formulated to push that lactic acid buildup off so you can go harder for longer. So I drink mine. I only need about 15 minutes with my Energize. So I wake up, I eat. I drink my Energize while I'm stretching. I do stretch and foam roll before I work out every time. And I sip on that, and I listen to personal development. That's my morning routine. So then I'm doing my workout. I just started using Hydrate, so I will add that in too. The workouts range from 30 minutes to an hour, so depending. Now here's something that I love and I never used to do, and I would overeat after I'd work out. So here, within 30 minutes of working out, you want to have a fruit. And why a fruit? Because it's got sugar, right? And it's healthy sugar. And that fruit comes in and helps, kind of gives your muscles a pick-me-up. And it gives your system a pick-me-up. If you drink Beachbody Recover, you would have that together. So you could mix them together. Like if you like strawberries and you want Recover, you could blend them together. I eat a half a banana and I drink my Recover while I'm getting ready in the morning. So that is it. And I will show you, if you don't drink Recover, there is something else you add in. It's a protein. So you would add some kind of protein in with that. Now here's where we start getting into the breakdown. 1 to 2 hours after your workout, you are going to have a post-workout meal. So this is a veggie, protein, carb, and a teaspoon. So you could have whole grain toast, a hard-boiled egg, some peanut butter, and a vegetable if you're doing it in the morning. Or you could make like an egg scramble and use spinach and then have whole grain bread and peanut butter or whatever it is you want. So that's your post-workout meal. And you'll see the workout block is grouped together. Those stay together and in that order. We don't mess with that order. And I'll say that again. The workout block always stays together, no matter if you're working out in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. So for example, say you work out in the evening, your post-workout meal, in theory, can be your dinner. Or, you know, you just make it work for you, and we'll map it out for you. All right, so now you see these other timed meals. These meals, meal 1, 2, and 3, you can move these around in any order that you like. You don't have to eat them in 1, 2, or 3 order, right? You can move them around, you can play with them however you want, and you see how the containers are worked out. And you see here in meal option 1, it says if you find the pre-workout meal is too heavy or you're eating less than an hour before you work out, you can swap this option. So you can make meal option 1 your pre-workout meal. So for me, that's kind of what I do, but I do add a carb in there just because I want one. So, and it says Shakeology is a great option there, which it really is. It's got everything you need. So those are your meal options. And then if you want like a nighttime supplement, I do this supplement on days that I teach Body Pump and I do my workout. It's just an overnight recovery. It helps me sleep too. So if I've been having trouble sleeping, I'll drink it. So here's an example, and I will give you my example. So pre-workout meal, baby spinach, eggs cooked, so you could do a scramble. You could have some oatmeal and some olive oil in when you're cooking. Then you have Energize, hydrate if you're using it. You do your workout. You have your banana or fruit and your Recover together. So that is 30, let's just say 30 minutes before you work out, 30 minutes after you work out, you have your post-workout supplement. If you're not using Recover, you put in a protein there. Post-workout meal, it's giving you some options. So your veggie, like for me, let me tell you what mine is regularly. Dinner is different. I wake up at 5. I have my Greek yogurt and my overnight oats, and I'm telling you, I make it easy. I should make my own overnight oats, but I make 3 lunches every night, and I'm busy, so I buy the Quaker overnight oats, probably a little higher in sugar, not worrying about it. And I use Yoplait Greek yogurt, not really worried about it. It's not killing me. It's still healthy. And then I have my Energize. I'm working out. I try to be working out by like 5:45 so I can be done in time, but the dog makes that a problem half the time. Then right when I'm done working out, I stretch again, foam roll. I have my banana. I mix my Recover, and as soon as I get out of the shower, I'm drinking my Recover while I'm getting ready. Then I get to work. My post-workout meal is typically a hard-boiled egg. You could have 1 or 2 of those. Whole grain toast, which I'll show you the food list, with peanut butter on it. And then 1 to 2 hours after that puts me at lunchtime. So I'm having my Shakeology. And my Shakeology is a purple banana. Shakeology counts as a protein, a red. I have a teaspoon of powdered peanut butter and ice and water. And almond milk does not count if you're using it within your shake. And it goes into detail about that below. You do not have to count the 8 ounces of almond milk that you use in your shake for that. Then another 1 to 2 hours later, it's a snack for me. So I use, just to break it down, I use meal option 2. So I have veggie, cucumbers, peppers, and hummus. And I buy the prepackaged hummus at Costco. And then 2 to 3 hours after that, I'm sorry, I was saying 1 to 2. 2 to 3 hours after that, it's dinner time. And that varies. That just varies on what I make for the week. But it does hit on my containers. And I do leave a yellow out because I've had my yellows earlier, which is hard because when you make dinner, you really always think of like adding some kind of starch or carb or something. So that might take some time to adjust to. But those are mine, and I'll write it out for you. But they give you all these options. Now, on Sundays, we do not work out. So we would not be following timed nutrition, right? Because it's in response to exercise. So she gives us the count, the meals just change a bit, but we'll discuss that when we get to a Sunday. No need to stress about it now. We get a refeed day on week 6. We'll deal with that later because that's a whole other complicated thing, but it's the greatest day ever. At the end of the program, we get a deplete week as an option. We cut almost all the carbs out. Here's something that's really cool to do, and I highly recommend you get it or you print it out. Only pay attention to column 1 for now. But literally sit down and write these things out and write the times in which you're going to do it because you might need to move yourself around. You might need to adjust your eating calendar or your eating times or your workout time. Just some feedback, and I'm going to ask some of the other girls that did this last year too, is to talk about, there's some teachers in the group that did it, and they did it with success. They stayed on the nutrition plan. They had to change their workout times around a little bit to make it work for them. But Johanna was going, she's a teacher, a mom of 2, and was taking classes, and she stayed on plan. So it's all about planning. There's other of us that, you know, are just at corporate world or salons or, you know, all these different variations. You just make it work for yourself. But using this was key for me. Like literally mapping it out was key. And then she gives them some examples. So like an early morning workout, here's what it would look for you in terms of what your containers lay out in. And she's giving you some sample times. So I printed this sheet out because I knew I was doing morning and I adjusted the times to make it work for you. And don't panic if it's 4 hours later and you haven't eaten. Just eat. like don't panic. Just do what you can. Here's a midday workout block. And here's an evening. So see, you would take your whole workout block and put it here, and your post-workout meal would be your dinner. So it's not like you're missing dinner or anything like that. You're just moving things around. You're going to eat a little bit lighter up front and then have your workout later. And say you're like, nope, Marcy, don't want to do Beachbody Performance. I get it, even though I highly recommend it. Here's some without. So you can scroll all the way to the bottom and it takes the containers out. Or I'm sorry, the supplements out because Recover does count for container. So you'll see the post-workout meal where I have banana, half a banana and Recover. You would just go right into a meal, but you would have it within an hour. So then you're adding a protein in and you're getting all those other containers from the post-workout meal in one. So you just adjust a little bit. And I mean, that's it. I know I'm like, oh, that's easy. But it really is when you sit down and think about it. Kim, could you just give a sample kind of what your plan sounded like, if you can remember?
It's very similar to yours, actually. I don't do the overnight. I tried the overnight oats like you have. And it was too, I don't know, I couldn't eat that. So I just did like the steel cut oatmeal. I ate that, and then just plain Greek yogurt, and I just put a little honey and mixed it together.
Awesome.
And it was really good. I could do that. But lately, I've still been doing the oatmeal in the morning, but I haven't even been eating the yogurt. But I feel like I may have to go back to that, doing 80-day, because you're working out longer. Yeah,
the workouts are, I don't want to say harder. They're different.
Yeah.
And you want that protein. But yeah, and like, perfect example, Kim didn't feel good with eating like something heavy, so she made it adjust and worked for her. Like, you don't have to be perfect.
And I think that Energize mixed with the yogurt was not doing well with my stomach.
Yeah.
So I ate, but I just didn't drink the Energize. But I had this Energize, and when we started the T20, I mean, I've been drinking it, and I like it.
Good. So maybe you've gotten used to it.
Yes. So I do that, but then I have the what is the
Recover?
No, not the I do the Recover.
Hydrate.
The Hydrate. I can never remember that. I bought some of that, and I've been drinking that too, because I drink a lot of water, but I just felt like that just gives it a little bit of flavor.
Yeah. And it gives you your electrolytes back, which is very good.
I feel like I'm going to sweat more doing the 80-day. Yeah. I sweat, but not like I sweat. I've never done anything and sweat like I sweat when I do the 80-day.
Yeah. And I agree with you, because I think it's because it's sustained, and you're weightlifting and you're moving. Like, guys, when we do those sets, it's not like when you go to the gym and you do a set of 10 and you'd sit around for like a minute. Like, you're literally like going. You do set 10 and you get maybe 30 seconds and you're back in. And then in between exercises, the only downtime you get is her showing it to you. And once you're in week 3 and 4, she doesn't even show it to you anymore, because you know it by now. So you are you are constantly moving for the full hour on those long days. And you're going to get frustrated. Just to go back to the workouts, if you've never used the resistance bands, the week 1 is going to be terrible for you. You're going to be angry. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be like, I can't do this. The bands, you get used to them. You find the kind of pants that work best for them on those days where they're band heavy. Like the really slippery pants, not a good idea. Baggy pants, not a good idea. Shorts, you'll lose some leg hair if you haven't shaved. But those are all things we'll talk through and we'll go through together. And it's really trial and error and figuring out what's best for you during those workouts. But Kim's right. You sweat the whole time, like soaked. And you're hungry. I mean, you're hungry because you're lifting weights for an hour, and coming off of those of us that Transform 20 and not lifting for 6 weeks, it's going to be a shock. You're going to be really sore. And what I do love on rest day, on day 7, there are 2 recovery videos. One is foam rolling. So if you've never foam rolled, buy one, and she gives you a whole foam rolling workout. And then there's another one, stretch and release. And it's just giving you stretching. So if you still need the discipline of watching someone to do that, we're not going to fight while I'm doing this. Thank you. She's got stretches for you. Okay. One more thing I just want to show, because there's some great tools for you.
What's 80-day operation?
Obsession. All right. So you have all your meal plans. Here's the calendar. You really don't need to print out a calendar unless you love the idea of crossing things off as you go, because the workouts are listed in order. They go in order day 1 through day 80. You always know what's coming. But if you love to cross things off, do it. Here's some cool things that I do. I think I've gotten in the habit of writing things down is tracking your weight, because you're going to forget by the time you get back to day 1 of the week, you've forgotten what you've already lifted. So here's some great tracker sheets that you can print out and write down all your sets, what you were lifting and all those good things, what band you were using. Did you use the sliders that day? Did you have to modify? So it's a great way to keep track of those things. And I really wish it would stop taking me all the way back to the start.
Hey guys.
Shh, we're gonna be quiet if you're gonna sit in here.
So what meal were you eating again?
We're doing 80-day obsession next.
So what meal is for that?
Meal plan A.
What is meal plan A?
All right,
What
tracking all the foods we already eat. Sorry, guys. My kids are in here, and I apologize. So there's tracker sheets for each phase. And okay, so here's something. If you love to have music in the background, this one does not have music in the background. So find your favorite Spotify list, or she has some, so you can go and find them on Spotify. They're named that. Or I just put on, well, now that I have my my Fire Stick working, I would just put on 90s like dance and would like jam out. So if you like music in the background, put it on. I didn't need it, but I'm not sure. I love music, but I didn't need it. I only use it on cardio days. But that is it. What I want you to do is read through the materials. I'm going to stop my screen, even though you can't see me. You can see Kim. Is read through the materials. Literally read it. Find your plan, read it, map it out, and then let's discuss. I'm still deciding if I'm moving, what group I'm moving over to the other group to put us all together. I think we're going to be a combination group because a lot of people are doing Lift 4 and 80-day obsession. So I'm still figuring that out, but I'll have it figured out by Saturday. But get your meal plans figured out because that's the hardest part. Figure out what time you're going to work out, and we'll go from there.
We're gonna we're gonna wake up like at 5 and what's up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mommy wakes up at 5. They do not wake up at 5. All right. I'm going to go before they make a complete disaster of this. Ask me any questions, post questions. I'll get the recording out to you all, and I'll have a good night. Be careful going back into work tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye, Kim.
Bye.
So